In an effort to save Vincenzo, Johnny Blaze is ambushed by Ronaldo, an old adversary. Meanwhile, the demon Ghost Rider, now known as Zarathos, is met by a mysterious being known as Nightmare. With the help of Nightmare, Ghost Rider plans to completely take over Johnny Blaze permanently. And we ended up with Johnny Blaze at the mercy of Ronaldo. Let's find out what happens next in Ghost Rider.
Look into my eyes. Your soul is stained by the blood of the innocent. Feel their pain.
We open to Blaze at the mercy of Ronaldo while strapped to an operating table. Above, we see Nightmare speaking with Zarathos, telling him Ronaldo will not succeed in turning Blaze into a garish freak, as Nightmare will trap Blaze within his realm and allow Ghost Rider to run free in his body. Ghost Rider still doesn't understand why Nightmare is doing all of this. He doesn't understand why Nightmare has given him back his memories. What does Nightmare stand to gain from all of this? Nightmare tells him he has a considerable amount to gain. Although restrained by Blaze's will, the Rider has nonetheless done much evil in his time on Earth. Many who have encountered and witnessed the Rider are plagued with nightmares. Most are plagued with these till their dying day. These nightmares feed his power, expanding his realm. He basically states that because Ghost Rider's muddling and torturing of victims, their nightmares fuel Nightmare. That's what nightmares fuel Nightmare. And that terror makes him stronger. Meanwhile, Johnny Blaze is at the mercy of Ronaldo. Ronaldo mentions Freakmaster will be pleased. He starts to get nervous though, seeing as Johnny Blaze is restless. He's worried that Ghost Rider might reveal himself, but they disregard as he probably was just dreaming. We cut to inside Johnny Blaze's dream. He rides a winding road leading to a cloaked figure. The cloaked figure calling out to him. The voice sounding familiar. It's Mona Simpson. Blaze is excited to see her. He begins to apologize, and she says it wasn't his fault. She assured him it was an accident. Blaze wonders why she's pushing him away, and she tells him that he broke his promise. Blaze pleads with her not to cry, but he's interrupted by Elliot? Ghost Rider fried his soul the last time we saw him. Blaze is wondering why he's here and how he's normal. Elliot tells him that this is a dream. They are both interrupted by Ghost Rider himself. Ghost Rider states,
Your life has been tangled by a net of guilt, Blaze. Perhaps that is why you use my unholy power to punish the guilty. Perhaps ultimately, you seek to punish yourself.
The demon laughs maniacally as he takes Mona, riding away. Blaze seems to struggle in his sleep. Ronaldo starts getting nervous again, expecting Johnny to change. The doctor tells him that he probably should just leave. Blaze becomes calm once more. Elliot tells Blaze to get on his bike and go after Ghost Rider. Elliot rides with him. They come to a graveyard. We see Clara and Barton Blaze's tombstones, the parents of Johnny. He says he can't waste time mourning now. He's got to save Mona. That's right. Go save Mona. Turn your back on the woman who gave birth to you. I heard what you said before, Johnny. I heard you call that Simpson woman mother. Do you know how that makes me feel? Blaze turns to see the woman standing over his mother's grave. Blaze responds, but you're not my mother. You walked out on Dad and me when I was still a baby. You tell her, kiddo. She never was no blasted good. Johnny, shocked and excited to see his father, reaches out for him. Come on, kiddo. You know I was never much for standing around John. Let's race. Johnny begins to race his own father, but he wants to just talk to him. Then his father, acting out of character, starts calling Johnny a whiner, saying all he does is get his jollies performing in a 2-bit carnival. He calls his own son a washout. Blaze tries to plead with him and starts saying that it's the demon's fault. Suddenly, his father turns into Ghost Rider, again laughing maniacally while holding Mona in his hands. He rides off, Blaze chasing after him. He shouts to the sky that he wants to wake up. Elliot assures him that won't do him any good. He can't run away from his problems. He suggests maybe he should get some professional help. Blaze rides up a mountain, and at the top we find Damien Hellstorm, Doctor Strange, and Dr. Druid. It's kinda hilarious. They're all playing a game of jacks and kind of shit-talking each other. He begs them for help. Strange tells him that he's a surgeon, not a psychiatrist.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a torpedo technician.
I'm a surgeon, not a psychiatrist.
Hellstorm says that Blaze is kind of a wimp and he's got no backbone. Druid just asks Blaze, why does he think he has so much guilt? Druid states Blaze has disappointed everyone he's ever known. He's never had to follow through and live up to anyone's dreams of what he could be, least of all his own. Dr. Druid claims Blaze is what an ancient Druid masters would call a coward. His last word echoing as Blaze is transported to a hospital. We find Crash Simpson in a hospital bed, claiming Blaze isn't the only one with problems. He reminds Blaze that he is dying of cancer. There's no one to turn his cycle show over to, but a yellow-bellied coward, too scared to ride. Blaze is shocked by this, confused. He can't be dying. Blaze saved his life from cancer by making a deal with Hades. Crash is like, oh yeah, you saved my life all right. Mephisto cured the disease just to have him die in a crash. Ironic, isn't it? He says he thinks he might have preferred the cancer. Abruptly, he turns into Ghost Rider. Zarathos claims to be Johnny Blaze's cancer since the night Mephisto first bottled him up inside Blaze.
I've been gnawing at your guts, eating away at you from within. And one day soon, Johnny Blaze, one day soon, I shall devour you. I shall win.
While still holding Mona Simpson, both are engulfed in flames and disappear. Elliot urges Johnny to keep trying and to not give up. Johnny is doubting his abilities to beat him. Elliot tells him that this is the same attitude that got him where he is in the first place. Johnny needs to get his butt in gear and stop that demon here and now, or Mona and himself will be lost. As they drive on, they see a golden statue in the distance of a man and a woman embracing each other. In front is a mysterious figure walking by. Even before he sees the woman's face, he knows in his heart who this is. Her walk alone is enough to remind him of the days past and gentle touches, soft kisses, and fiery embraces. It's Rosen! First, it's her mother, then her father, and now it's her. She looks confused and asks him if she knows him. He responds, yes, I'm Johnny. She pushes him away, yelling he's not Johnny, not the Johnny she knew. Her Johnny would have never forgotten her as he did. He pleads with Roxy that he had to, saying it was for her own good. She had to deal with his curse for far too long. As he makes more excuses, a man in the distance with a nice suit tells Roxy not to listen to him. He says he's not the real Jonathan Blaze. And of course, Johnny argues, I'm the real Blaze. Roxy jumps into the fake Blaze's arms, commenting on how handsome, refined, and confident and self-assured he looks. Everything that Johnny Blaze should be on the surface. The false Johnny is. Excited, he's saying, that's it, come to me, into my arms. As he reveals his true self to be Mephisto, Lord of the Netherworld. Not you! Anyone but you! Blaze says as Mephisto holds Roxy in his hands.
We struck a bargain for Crash Simpson's life, but time and again you tried to cheat me of my due. It's time Mephisto paid you back for your deceit, as I devour this woman you once treasured so. Too do I devour all your hopes and dreams. I leave you only Zarathos. I leave you only damnation.
As Mephisto devours Roxanne, Blaze looks on in horror and then anger. Wait a minute, this is just a dream. He realizes he doesn't have to put up with this insanity. He can just make it all disappear. Elliot looks on in excitement. Your strength of will is astonishing, he shouts. Apparently Blaze shouldn't be able to do that. He then warns Johnny, I wouldn't wake up just yet if I were you. Blaze is like, why not? Why not? Elliot tells Blaze to take a good look. Johnny's demon is frying Mona. Blaze argues this is only a dream. It isn't real. Elliot responds that no matter where he is, the Ghost Rider is real, and so are his victims. We see familiar faces taking shape out of the cloak that was Mona. Faces of Steelwind, Ronaldo, and all of the dozens of victims that have suffered the touch of Ghost Rider's hellfire. I mean, let's be honest, Steelwind kinda deserved it. Maybe not. Elliot gets really intense, yelling at Blaze that it's all his fault. It's the Ghost Rider's fault, Blaze argues. Elliot says only because Blaze directed him. Blaze, in his obsession with guilt, his inability to control his own life without seeking crutches and scapegoats. It may be harsh, but some of what Elliot says has a sting of truth to it. This all started with Blaze. He made the deal. He made a bargain with the devil to save Crash from cancer instead of accepting reality and coming to terms with it. But as of now, he has to deal with the hand he's been dealt. A hand he himself helped deal. Blaze can't deny this. He decides that here and now, all of that is going to end, and he will take responsibility in his own hands. He rides on and jump kicks right into Ghost Rider's back. The Ghost Rider mocks him, as he always does.
Is that the best you can do, Blaze? One feeble kick to divert my hellfire from the Simpson woman? Don't you see, miscreant? She is unimportant to me. It is you I want, for I am your ultimate guilt, your ultimate shame. Again and again you try to maintain a comfortable distance from my unhallowed deeds, but it is time to face reality. You are me.
The Rider shoots Blaze with hellfire. It looks as though Blaze feels he needs to take this punishment. He doesn't resist, maybe feeling as though he deserves this. But in reality, this is all a ploy by Nightmare to manipulate Blaze into giving up control of his body. Now Ghost Rider has control, and Elliot transforms into Nightmare. He tells Ghost Rider he is free. Ghost Rider, in excitement, rides off. Nightmare, excited, says,
"Free to terrorize Mud, to drive him mad with fear, to stir the dark horrors that lurk hidden in his psyche, to send him to me."
Outside the dream world, we find Johnny Blaze's body out cold on an operating table again. But suddenly, a familiar transformation occurs. The Ghost Rider is set free. He starts dismantling and destroying everything around him, attacking the men left and right. Ecstatic at his freedom, he comes across the deformed freaks.
No doubt one would have pity on such hapless creatures. But Zarathos knows no pity. You have souls to burn as any other, limbs to shatter, and skulls to crack.
He literally throws some of them through the roof.
You others back away, afraid perhaps that I will hurl you through the roof as I did your brothers. Fear not, I have something far more imaginative to find for you.
He knocks several of them, and the stairs they were standing on, through the wall out the building.
But now I shall. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is backed into a corner, begging, scared, pleading with the Rider not to burn his soul again.
Burn you, Ronaldo, when we've already had the pleasure once. That would leave me most unsatisfied. But to pull you apart limb by limb, now that would be interesting.
As this is going on, inside the dreamscape, we find Johnny Blaze writhing in fiery guilt. Reflected in the flames surrounding him are the lifetime of faces that mock and revile Blaze. But then one face separates from the rest and rises up to speak. It's Mona, explaining that this agony is of his own making, and that if he were to realize that, and even though there have been many that have suffered, there are equally many that he has saved just by his constant struggle of holding back the Ghost Rider and keeping him in check. He says he wishes that he could believe that, but after everything he's seen and the others have said, it's true, Mona argues, that if guilt is all that he understands, then it's all he'll ever have. That he should stop lying in guilt and misery, and he needs to pick himself up, because if he stays like this, the Ghost Rider will run free and rampant without humanity or compassion to temper his inhuman fury. And that is a burden that Johnny Blaze will have to bear for the rest of his life. At hearing this, Johnny finally gets up. He won't allow himself to be responsible for that. He will not be. He refuses. Johnny rides, dodging and weaving with skill unmatched as he makes his way back. Just as Ghost Rider is about to tear Ronaldo limb from limb, he tells Ronaldo it's over. Ronaldo just says, "But he'll be back." I know he'll be back. Johnny assures him, not if he can help it. This freaking issue was so intense. I loved it. Johnny Blaze is a man consumed by guilt, and it's rewarding to see him really come face to face with that and finally confront it. He is becoming more confident and daring, it seems, in these latest issues. Maybe in the future they will go somewhere with that. Also, we really get to see Ghost Rider unhinged and acting more insane than usual. He is getting worse and worse the longer he is stuck trapped sharing a body with Blaze. He really was going to murder Ronaldo, and in a pretty gruesome fashion. Nightmare was a pretty interesting foe. Him teaming up with Ghost Rider really helped to show that Ghost Rider is no hero, and he is definitely a villain in this book. Sooner or later, Blaze will have to find a way to stop him permanently, or he will cross a line that there will be no coming back from. DeMatteis and Budiansky do it. DeMatteis and Budiansky do it again with this incredible issue. The art, the writing, the storytelling, this team is on fire. Be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, I wish you well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it.